the first thing she asked me is like, yeah, I'm stupid. And then the second thing she asked me is like, can I curse? This is gonna be a great podcast. Hello, Alana. How you doing?
I'm doing good now that I know the rules.
There's no rules. Actually, no rules. Nick knows, like, I hate rules, actually. I'm always trying to flip the script on every rules. We actually have a podcast, not this one, another one. It's called Change the Rules. So we just, like, try to change the sports rule so it gets better. Hey, Stefan, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I just launched an NFT project today, just like that. Just like the power of internet. You saw that, Nick?
I saw it. Yeah, I had to give you a retweet on that.
Yeah, you did. So we might start in about like 3 weeks. Actually, we're gonna actually. That's for you actually, because you have a show with us. Alana, you don't know, but you actually, because you're on this show today, we're gonna give you token of the Purest Sports Moment podcast token. So you're gonna receive a cryptocurrency, or I don't know what. Like, I'm not an expert for now, but you're gonna receive a token of this show, and you can keep it in your back pocket because you're a guest on our show. And let's say in 2 years, 1 year, we got someone who say, hey, you know what, like, we want to sponsor your podcast, we want you to buy your podcast or whatever. Your token's gonna have some value. So because you're on the podcast today, you actually have a chance maybe down the road to be kind of, you're going to be the owner of the podcast right now. For like 10% of the podcast is directed to the people just like you that have take 45 minutes of their time to actually come on the podcast. So that's like brand new, like today. So you're the first one to know. You're gonna have you're actually like owner of a podcast right now, and you didn't have to do nothing except cursing and coming onto the podcast right now.
Perfect.
So welcome.
Love it. I love that.
So yeah, cool. Have you ever heard about the blockchain and NFT stuff?
From SNL this week, there was a skit about it. That's what I know about that. I was very confused. I'm still confused.
That's really good how a lot of people.
I want to dive deeper. I don't know.
Stefan, can you give me your, what do you think about it? Well, like, what is NFT for you? Like, in this like particular thing that I'm trying to do. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday on a meeting. So what is it for you? Like, now that you actually had time to marinate, what is NFT for you?
So as it's being used in this particular way, I still kind of struggle with it myself because I'm not too familiar with NFT. Like, I'm still learning as well. As it's being used for, pure instinct, that ownership interest, ownership interest, almost like shares. I don't know. I'm kind of watching and just learning as it goes, though, because it's very foreign to me as well. Like, I've been kind of trying to follow along because of the NBA Top Shot, but aside from that, I haven't seen too much prior about it.
Yeah, I think people are gonna be surprised. Like, I'm just one of the first one in right now, in the world right now, who's gonna do a market and stuff like that, because I just don't care. I'm just like, this is the future. But I think something that, and we talked about it yesterday, I think this is gonna be the future of a lot of stuff. So I think the when we talk about women in sports and stuff like that, they want to have more access to their fans and stuff like that. I think this is going to be amazing, and it's going to be good for the top players like the LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that, but it's also going to be good for the smaller guys that's just like me, who's just trying to build something that's never been done before, and just you can actually have a big ownership and stop just posting on Facebook and YouTube, and you don't get no money because I don't have a big following say on YouTube. But now, I can actually say, hey, you know what? That video that you saw, do you think that it's gonna be popping up in 2 years? If you think so, why don't you buy for $5 a share of that video that me and Nick are doing? And you never know. So for $5, you might have just a share of a TV show now. So that's kind of the new generation that we got actually in right now. So that's how I see it right now. we'll see. Like in the next, I don't know, like in the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna get more into it too. I need to do like Alana and just go deep down a bit. But I think it's gonna be interesting. So Alana, give me your a bit like since it's like the first time we meet. I know the only thing I knew before you came in actually was that actually you play field hockey, not like ice hockey. So have you ever played ice hockey?
No, I haven't, and I've wanted to so badly because I want to see, because they are different, but some basic stuff are similar. So I really just want to see if I could do it. I know how to ice skate. I wonder. I want to know. It's a big curiosity for me. I wouldn't say I ice skate, but I know how to.
What do you mean you know how to?
Like I could put on skates and survive.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't
like
hurt
that.
I see you shaking your head,
Okay.
Steph. Stop that.
No, I would hurt myself.
Oh, okay.
I can't ice skate. I can't. I tried. I cannot.
You know, Alana, I'm from Quebec City, like Canada, so I'm like in the capital of the world, actually, of hockey, going hockey outside. We actually have like hockey in every neighborhood over here, like in the wintertime. Now it's over, but wintertime we have about like one hockey rink by little like small neighborhoods. So like just around my corner, we can have like there's 4 hockey rink about like 5-minute, like 3-minute rides from my house. There's like 4 hockey rinks in it, and then that's like that like everywhere over here. So it's like a kind of a religion over here, like to just play hockey and just be able to skate and stuff like that. So I have kids. They don't play hockey, but they do go at the rink. They do know how to skate. So how did you how did you grow up like in sport? Because I'm guessing, I don't know about like field hockey, but I'm guessing that's not the first thing people shove you, like nobody like shove you like a field hockey sticks and you just like bend over and trying to like run like bending over. That's the only thing I know about field hockey, obviously. So how did you grow up like in sport?
So I actually didn't play a lot of sports growing up. My parents got divorced when I was in like 3rd grade, so I just had a single mom and she was working full time, so she didn't have time to just drive me to any and every sport. So I kind of would just get my sports fixed at recess and everything. And then I finally played soccer in 7th grade, and my life was forever changed. I was like, I can run like this full field and like play a sport. It was the best thing ever. And then that was at a Catholic school I went to. And then for high school, I had to switch to public. So I didn't know anybody, and I thought that was a good opportunity to like, maybe join a sports team, make some friends so that I'm not starting from scratch in this huge school. And that sport was field hockey that I just decided to try. I'd never heard of it before. I was not good initially. I did the, typical myth of like bending over. It's actually, you're kind of in a squat the whole time.
Okay.
Which is like, you wouldn't think that, but you are. You're kind of like crab walking around the field a little bit. But yeah, so kind of a initial start was slow, I would say. Like I never played club sports or anything. I just played a lot of sports in high school, and then got the opportunity to play in college, and I did not expect that, but it happened, which was cool.
Are you finished with college now, or are you still going?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm done. I graduated in 2019. Yeah, I graduated in 2019 with
She was
stuff.
really good in college.
Thanks, bud.
In what do you study in college?
I did public relations and Spanish, and I'm in Syracuse right now for grad school in advertising.
Ah, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Nope. That's gone.
What?
I have the degree, but I don't have to use it. I just have it on paper. It's gone. I know what you said, but I don't. Nope. What's wrong with me? A lot.
You don't speak Spanish?
I probably could, but it's more of a self-esteem thing now.
Poquito.
Yeah. Yes. Lack of practice.
Now I'm intrigued.
Más o
confused.
menos. Más o menos.
Very good, Nick.
There's a lot of stuff like going through my mind right now. I'm intrigued. I'm confused. You talking to a guy that's actually je parle français, so I'm speaking French like in my home. I can speak English like just like you see right now, and I can actually like talk a little bit of Spanish when I go, because I go do surfing in Costa Rica. My wife, she's the one
I
who
studied
talks a lot of
abroad in
Spanish,
Costa
actually.
Rica.
You did?
Where were you in there?
I go normally I go surfing at Tamarindo or Playa Grande, but
okay.
That's the place I'm trying to to. Actually, when the pandemic started last year, we were all the family, me and my 4 kids and my wife, we were at Playa Grande, just like surfing every day. So that's kind of my lifestyle when I'm not over here, and I'm trying actually to work remote. So I'm trying to get go to the beach, and then after that work on Purest thing. That's my dream job right there. So yeah, I've been going a lot of. So I'm pretty confused that you don't talk Spanish, because you're what kind of study was that though? I don't understand, public relation in Spanish, but you don't speak Spanish.
Well, I had taken Spanish basically since kindergarten. Every single year I took Spanish. So at that point it was this is stupid for me not to get a degree out of this. So why I can't really speak it anymore is really lack of practice. I'm not in the classroom setting anymore. I'm not listening to it all the time. I don't have any family that speaks Spanish. I don't know anybody that's fluent. So it's the only way I can really practice is to watch television in Spanish, which I do, and I can understand it.
Okay.
But yeah, so
yeah, okay. And what are you doing in Syracuse right now?
I'm at the Newhouse School studying advertising for a master's degree.
Oh yeah, cool. Advertising. So you want to do are you do a lot of stuff with digital stuff, or how, what is this we don't. I'm in Canada, so I don't have all those stuff. We don't have those type of classes over here. So it's much different. So what is it I'm just intrigued. What is advertising in Syracuse and master degree?
So the basic advertising could be a lot of things. It could be a TV commercial, but it could also be you're doing a podcast, you might be sponsored by a company, and then you do a pre-recorded ad for it. That's advertising. Influencers are advertising, digital space. It covers a lot of different things. My focus is more in the account management side of that. So basically I want to work at an ad agency or some type of, even client side, and just facilitate campaigns from start to finish. So for example, Starbucks, they just rolled out a new creamer or whatever. So if I worked at an agency, it would be my job to make sure that the creamer gets promoted in the way that it should, based off of all the information I can collect about it and the target audiences and all that stuff. So it's kind of a lot of things at once, but advertising is a good culmination of everything I've studied in college and in high school and everything, and just my interests. So worked out pretty well.
All right. I gotta warn you right away. Just because I have every time Stefan actually brings someone into the podcast, or just text me someone, he end up on my team actually doing stuff with Pure Instinct. So just watch out, okay? Because I just last time we had Nick, and now we have a TV show with Nick. So
yeah, they really get you involved. I'll say that.
They know I was extremely involved in college. I'm extremely involved in stuff now. That's my jam. So I'll help where I can.
I like it. And Nick, have you ever played the field hockey? Ever touched? I know you never touched a racket or something like that, but have you tennis racket, which is amazing for me. But have you ever touched the stick, the hockey stick?
So I had I never even heard of field hockey until I got to college. And I was a freshman, and they took me to the field hockey game, and I still to this day don't know how it works. I know I'm supposed to cheer when
What do you mean they don't know how it works? They have to score with a ball in that net. That's it.
I understand that, but I don't understand anything else. The refs were blowing whistles at weird times. I was thinking somebody was on a breakaway for a goal, and then the ref would just blow the whistle.
Okay.
I thought it was similar to soccer kind of, but I still didn't understand. It could have been me though. A lot of times that I was there, I was inebriated, so I don't really know if I was recalling everything correctly. But
I'm honestly proud of you for that.
It was fun. It looked fun.
So is this a thing like and Stefan, like have you ever played, Stefan? I know you play some weird sport like lacrosse. So have you ever played field hockey? Is lacrosse weird?
Not. I think sort of. Sort of, yeah. It's like hockey in the air. It's weird that you're playing like full contact, kind of laying people out.
They are not the same.
It's weird, and there's not.
Lacrosse is lit.
Men's lacrosse is lit.
Okay.
Men's
I
lacrosse
want to put a
might be my
very big
favorite sport,
emphasis on men's
honestly.
lacrosse. Women's lacrosse, you can't do anything.
You don't have the same
Yeah,
rules.
that's true. There.
No, it's like
No, you
non-contact.
can't make any contact in women's lacrosse.
Which
When
is
in
stupid.
men's lacrosse, it's like
Women
What
want to make
about field
contact
hockey?
too. Pop, pop. Field hockey is also non-contact, but like you can get sneaky with it. So you know
Yeah.
how the stick kind of has a curve to it. I'd always
Yeah.
hook people like in the ankle, or you just like, you know, again, you're in a squat, so your legs are spread, so you can just like pop
Yeah.
them real quick, and then you go on your way, and they'll lose the ball. I've done that a few times.
Alright,
You just have to be sneaky about it, as long as the ref doesn't see
Yeah.
you.
Do they have like in hockey when you have like a penalty, you actually go like 5 against 4 or something like that? How many people are on the field actually in field hockey? What is the consequence when you do something that's not allowed? Like in football, is that you go back, like there's a flag, you go back like 5 or 10, like stupid rules and stuff like that. Like in football, it's stupid. Nick is just, I'm sorry about it, but it's stupid. Like you can do whatever you want. It's like, oh,
I
10
agree.
yards. I'm like, what? Just 10 yards?
I agree. I
yeah.
agree.
So field
So,
hockey.
what is it that-
Great talk. Great talk. Sorry to interrupt, guys. This is going really great. I got to step out though. Alana, it was great seeing you. Thanks for hopping on. Hopefully you join the team. Don't be fooled. Dom's really persuasive with it. So
I'm easily
So,
convinced.
and Nick, I'm gonna send you your token, and Sunday we're gonna see you for the premiere. We have a premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern. I think it's gonna be lit. Another friend of Stefan is actually doing the intro
Yes, sir.
today, so I'm looking forward to it. Like Drew is doing the intro. Should be tight. I saw the episode, and it's good. It's good. Like, and I hope that we got people
I'm glad
reacting.
to hear.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That, for a first pilot, it's good.
I got a lot of people waiting on it. A lot of people waiting on it. See you guys. There.
Pressure's on
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right, see ya.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let me just see if I got my recording okay with Nick. He's just gone. He just went out. All right, don't do that. So what? Like, it's all right. I don't mind. So what is the? Let's say we go back to field hockey, not lacrosse. So what is the thing that, like, what is the penalty in field hockey? Like, I don't know. Like, I saw a lot of field hockey. First of all, is it something for girls mostly in the States? Because every time I see field hockey is always like girls playing when I go like to the States.
So in the States, yes, I would say it is more popular with women, but there are men's teams. Like I'm from where Steph is from in Northern Virginia, and there's a bunch of club teams down there that's co-ed, and they're adults.
Okay.
Like they're not, they may not have played in college, but they're either from other countries or they were formerly. There's a men's national team in the U.S.
Yeah.
So like there's opportunities for it. It's just not as popular.
What country is that? Is it like Netherlands or something like that like really popular for field hockey? Do you know?
Brazil, it's really popular. Argentina, the Netherlands, like you mentioned. It's more known in Europe, I would say, than here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And so, what is the rule? Like, let's say if I go, like, I'm a basketball player, or you're like Steph is a lacrosse player. You go on a field of field hockey. What is the first thing that people are going to say? Hey, you're not allowed to do this. Like, and then after that, what happened when I do it? Like when I trip someone,
Stand up.
what
I
happened?
think the quickest thing is you can't use both sides of the stick. You can only use the flat side.
What?
You can't, like, you know how in ice hockey you go back and forth? In field
Yeah.
hockey, you can only use the flat side. So instead of lifting it up and over, you twist your wrists.
Oh,
So
that's
you
interesting.
can't. Yeah. So, and it's because the other side of the stick is rounded, so nothing is as accurate as it will be if you're doing a hit than when on the flat side.
Oh, you mean you can, but you won't.
You cannot. You cannot.
What do you mean
it.
you
Like,
can't? Like the referee is not gonna stop the game.
it's a penalty. Like they'll blow the whistle
What?
on you. They won't give you a card or anything, but you can't hit with you can't hit with the right side of the stick. It has to be the flat side.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's intense. Okay, that's the first thing. Like I go over there for sure. Like I'm gonna be like whistle like all game long without knowing like what's going on. So that's for sure because I'm not used to that. So and what like I'm just losing the ball. That's it.
Yeah, it'll just go to the other team. Like you'll lose possession.
Okay, and let's say I tackle you. Like I'm not a physical guy. Like I look like one, but like I actually despise contact. I actually invented a sport without contact because I don't like contact that much. So let's say I tackle you on the field, they're gonna whistle, and after what's happening with me?
You'd probably get a yellow card, which would be 5 minutes out of the game, because field hockey is a non-contact sport, so you can't like fully hit a person. But say, for example, which this happened to me a lot because I was a sprinter in track, so I would run really fast, and it would be hard for myself to slow down. And I would kind of almost run into people as I was trying to get to the ball before them. But that's the benefit of having the stick. If you use your arms and you can kind of hook it out or scoop it out, that's how you can get the ball away from someone else. So you can't. So strategically, it doesn't really make sense to hit somebody. It makes more sense to just think like, okay, how could I poke the ball out of the way? How could I pull it out of the way, or pass it to a teammate or something like that.
So, and when you say I'm getting a yellow card, that's like it looks for me obviously like soccer. So, but
Yeah.
that 5 minute thing that looks a bit like hockey. So, what happened? Like, how many people are on the field at the same time when you play field hockey? And normally I don't ask about like that much about sports. It's just like I'm passionate about sports actually, and for me like it's just like you're kind of a revelation to me like because that's something so new for me, and we don't play it at all like in Canada. So that's something that like I'm like I want to know more. I just want to know more. So yeah. So what happened with me? Like I got a 5 minute break. How many people are playing at the same time on the field?
So it'll be 11v11, but one of those one of those players is the goalie, and the goalie stays in the goal, just like soccer.
Okay. Okay.
And there's certain circumstances where that can be changed, but it like never happens. But when you get there's basically two facets of penalties. The first is cards. So there's green, yellow, and red. Red, you're ejected. Yellow, it's 5 minutes out, and you play that man down. And then green is 2 minutes out. So there's like no real.
And you play that man down.
Yes, for that amount of time.
I like that.
And then
I like that.
The other side of it are penalty corners. So you know how in soccer there's a box. In field hockey, it's a circle, like a semicircle. So if you're attacking and you hit like a defender's foot, or a defender fouls you or something, you are given a penalty corner. So you're given an advantage.
What do you mean a foot? What do you mean a foot?
If it hits your foot. That's when Nick mentioned all those whistles he heard, the ball cannot hit your foot.
Wow.
That's why you're in that. Yeah, that's why it looks like people are bending over. They're in a squat using their stick to protect their feet and their shin guards, so it can't hit you there. So if I'm attacking,
that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's where the strategy comes into it, because really, if you just are good at lifting the ball really quickly and efficiently, you'll get it every time.
Nice.
And you don't even have to be fast. You can just be more skilled. So if I'm attacking, like a defense, and I hit a girl's shin guard, a girl's foot within their defensive circle, which is honestly what I was kind of known for. I would always pull those penalty corners. You then, as the offense, you get about 7 to 8 players against 4 or 5. Okay. 4 field players and the goalie. So you have that advantage, and it's called a penalty corner. So those would be the only two like penalty.
Okay, but like run it back for me. Like, so there's like 7 people against 4. Where are they going? The other 7 like on defense. Where they're going? So
the defensive team, besides those 5 players down there, they have to go to the 50, and they cannot leave the 50 until the ball has been released into play.
Wow. Okay, I like that. It's
so
crazy
they have to sprint back to help defend. So that's why those plays have to be like quick and efficient. Like you insert it.
It's crazy.
And then, bam.
I like that. I used to do that kind of rule actually in Pure Instinct. I don't know if have you seen the video of Pure Instinct? Have you ever seen?
I don't think so. No.
No, all right. I'll shoot it to you like at some point. Like Stefan didn't make a good job of the intro on that one.
My bad.
I'm kidding you. So back in the days, like we had a penalty, and we always go like 3 against 2. And we added a rule that when you do a penalty, you're not going out. You were actually going to, let's say you're 15. It was like 15 yards, and you had to run back and then go back into the play. Now we don't use it anymore because the players are too skilled, and also it kind of slowed down like the game because you have to have everyone like go to the line before you start, and we want to have like a high pace and stuff like that. So we didn't want to do that like going forward. But I like that kind of rule though, like because I think that's more creative than what you see sometimes in other sports. I don't like I play basketball like professional. I don't like the rules in basketball where after 5 fouls, 6 fouls, you're fouled out. I would prefer have like when I was coaching, I was like taking people out for like 1 minute, just a bit like what you guys do, and I think that's more creative actually. Let's say you play basketball and then you go 5 against 4 for 1 minute, and then that's a lot of stuff happening in 1 minute, like offensively, defensively. I kind of like that kind of stuff. Is it a sport that goes like really, really fast, or like when you compare like to soccer, is it like comparable to soccer when like the fast pace of the game, pass the way you can pass the ball and stuff like that, like when you're high level? Because the people I saw were not that high level, but like the level you play, is it like comparable to soccer a bit?
I would say, especially at the college level, I would say it's faster than soccer because,
Okay.
I mean, besides kicking a ball, like we have the benefit of using a tool, and there's different ways you could get the ball up and down the field that you can't really do in soccer. So I think the way that we move the ball around the field is a lot quicker at the college level, especially because of the turf. We had,
It's like AstroTurf.
Yeah, so on AstroTurf, like water-based turf, that thing moves like really quickly. We didn't have that, but I've played on that, and I can't imagine how it could be slower than a soccer ball because like you can only kick so hard.
Yeah.
But like if you're coming at it almost like a golf swing.
Yeah, I got you. Bang. Yeah. All right.
Points for me.
So yeah, that's tight. I like that. I like that a lot. So let's go. And Stefan, you never played that.
Play field hockey? Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen Alana play?
I have. I told you, she's actually, like, throughout the 4 years, she's a beast. It's like, we've been good friends for, like, the four-ish years or whatever. So, like, I've been to a couple of games, you know.
Appreciate the support,
is it a sport that, like, you can be honest, like, are you done, like, playing right now? Do you still play? Is that a sport that you can play after your college year, or you're just done with it?
Not, like, professionally. Like, there's no draft or anything, and I'm not going to be an Olympian because I am lazy. But there's a lot of, like, adult league. Like I was saying, there's, like, different levels of adult leagues. Right before COVID, I was playing indoor field hockey, and it was extremely competitive.
Okay.
So you can keep doing
indoor. Do they play 11-11, or do they play, like, 7-7?
Indoor is 5v5, and it's even harder than outdoor.
And on outdoor, do you switch on the fly? Or you like the people that are on the bench, do they like switch on the fly a bit, like in hockey? Or do you have to have like a...
That's more of a coach's philosophy. My coach did not believe in subbing, which I will never understand. But she would have us play the full 90 minutes or 70 minutes.
But let's say I'm a coach and I love subbing. Is it something that you can do like while the game is going on?
Yep, whenever you want. You just have to wait for that player to get off the field before you can get on. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the rules actually in hockey that I really like. Actually, the way they transfer, like every time that you go on the field and just like, on the ice and just like you just switch. I just love that. I use that actually in Purest thing. So yeah, Stefan. So tell me like about like field hockey because let's say I'm going to the States and I have to watch a game of lacrosse and field hockey. Which one should I choose? Like, is it going to be interesting for me like to go see field hockey? Is there like one goal in field hockey or like 10 goals in the game?
It depends on the team. W&J has put up some, pretty high goal numbers. I think one time they beat a team 9-1 or something like that.
Big scores.
Whatever. So like something like that. I mean, and lacrosse is the same way. So I think that they'll both be incredibly entertaining whichever way you go. I think that you couldn't go wrong by going to view either. Personally speaking, I would go lacrosse, but that's because I played lacrosse and I understand it a little bit better. So when I'm watching, I kind of know what I'm watching. So
Do you know why I think lacrosse is actually a sport that cannot go and be a top sport in America? One of the reasons,
Why?
I think you guys got a helmet first. Like I don't like helmet. Like I know football got some, okay, but the other one is that when I watch lacrosse, I'm not a good lacrosse player like at all, but I don't know where the ball is because of your net thing. I don't know where. Like that's one of the only sport I know. Like hockey, you see the puck. Like field hockey, you see the ball. I don't know where the that ball is in that like, and it goes so fast sometimes. Like for you, it's easy because you know like you see people running and stuff like that. I see like people running. Like I just don't see it. Like I don't see when there's a goal. I don't see like nothing. Like for me, like because I have an outside eye, so when I watch like lacrosse, like I just don't know. Like so, like I'm guessing, oh, he's the one with the ball because he's running like that. But we don't see. That's one of the only sport in the. I think that might be the only sport where you don't see the object. Is that the only sport where
that
you don't?
might be true.
That's a good point.
You just don't
I never
see
thought of it that way, but you're right.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think a lot.
I'd always watch for the person cradling, honestly, than the ball.
The what?
So, to your, like when cradling.
Cradling, like
Yeah. That's what how they run. Yeah, that's how I figure out. Oh, he's the one. So, and I was really confused about like how and I thought told you about that last time too. Like, how you can like just smash people like on the wrist and stuff like that in lacrosse. I was like, whoa, this like intense. That's more like you can't do that in hockey, and you're gonna be penalized. In lacrosse, it seems like it's just like the normal thing to do is just smash people.
honestly, yeah, yeah, that's very accurate. Just it cannot be above the shoulders.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ow.
Man,
That's
if I
not
could do
for me.
that, if I could do that in field hockey, it'd be over.
So let's go back to your youth, Alana. Like as we always ask people over here, is like, what is your purest sports moment? Like, it doesn't have to be about like I know you ran you say track and stuff like that, so it can be like other stuff with soccer, anything, field hockey, obviously. But what is your moment that you like in your life? You say, this is sport. Like, this is why I love sport. Is there a moment like that, like in your day and age, or just like your teenage years, that you say, this is it. Like, this is just it.
Honestly, it was from college. Like we won our conference back to back my junior and senior year, and I never ever thought I would do something like that in my life. Never. I didn't. Like I like athleticism purely because I'm a little bit of a crackhead. Like, I've got a lot of energy, so it was more so like me running around as me like centering myself. So being able to play sports at like a higher and more competitive and more like mature level just like upped the ante. That's one thing I think is really cool about sports, is like you push yourself and you're pushing the people on your team too, like to your limits and even past that. And like winning is always great, but to win with a group that I know pushed me and I pushed them, like that is when I really like was proud that I'd worked that hard to get there, because I almost didn't do it. I almost was like, you know what, let me just not go to this private school and save the money and go to a state school. But I took that opportunity, and like I have 2 rings now, and I never thought I would have that. So that was probably it.
Yeah. And do you have like a scholarship to go like play field hockey, or did you go to like no?
We were it was Division 3, so
Division 3? Okay.
you don't get athletic scholarships in Division 3.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I get that. So, and let's go back a bit to also your, let's say, what we call the NFT moment. All right. So NFT moment, like have you followed the NBA Top Shot? Do you follow a bit the NBA or Twitter or something like that? Are you like on those platforms?
I know what the NBA and Twitter are. I don't know what Top Shot is.
Okay,
Shot?
let me explain to you like in about like 10 seconds. It's basically, those collective cards that you used to have maybe, or that Did you have brothers like collecting like cars and stuff like that? I had like
only
you know what
child.
like yeah, but you know like cars like sports cars.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
Where
an
they have
idiot.
like pictures.
Trading cards.
Trading.
Like trading
Oh,
cards.
okay.
Trading cards. Sorry, I'm French.
No,
Trading
it's
cards.
okay.
You
No.
know trading cards?
I know what they are. Yes, I know what they are.
Okay. Well, you know what they are. Okay, it's the same thing, but now for highlights, like video highlights. So let's do like the nicest like LeBron James shot or dunk and stuff like that, and then you put that in different angles, and people can actually buy that moment. So it's like a really premium YouTube moment of the best dunk where you have like, all the nicest camera around the field in all the different angles, and that's called a top shot. Okay, and it's going wild right now. Like too much money probably out there. Like people are like buying like they call it like drops and stuff like that of like that top shot to get that moment, and just like people a bit like crazy right now. Okay, but I kind of like the concept for our questioning over here is that what is like one moment for you, Alana, that say, okay, let me go back to a place, just one moment, okay, in my like sports career where I wish I had 10 camera around me and that we actually could see like all the angles from like one like goal, one like tackle, I don't know, like whatever you did, like you say one time that you smashed somebody's ankles and stuff like that without people knowing, like whatever. All right, is there like one moment that you think about like that would be my NFT moment for my sports career?
I think it would, and I'm like one of the worst people to ask because I would always forget what happened during games or who we played or what the stats were. But there was one, it was junior year, and I think it was the semifinal game before we got to the final for our conference championship, and it was a very competitive game. Like we were very evenly matched, and I remember there was just the way our formation worked. We had two high forwards. And like similar to soccer, the setup, it was me and then my teammate Jenna. We worked together so well. She knew where I was before I knew where I was going to be. It was always just like perfect passing. It always worked. In that game, we were able to like score the game-winning goal because of that connection. So I think that's what I would pick as my moment because it was just everything clicked and fell into place really well.
Yeah, I like that. What was your moment, Stefan?
I think scoring my first goal at W&J. We were playing a team in Ohio, and I switched to my left hand. I'm a righty. I switched to my left hand. It was an ugly switch. I like dropped the ball, picked it up, and just took off and just like flung it. And because it was my left hand, it wasn't like a nice throw. It was like a weird little fling thing. And I scored. And that was my first goal, and I was like, I'll take it.
That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So yeah, thanks, Alana. You actually didn't swear, didn't curse, like nothing happening. Like you were perfect today. So
well, fuck me. I can't believe I didn't.
Yeah, you.
No, actually, same.
You know me, Steph.
I don't know.
I know.
So
I do indeed.
But thanks a lot. Like it just like opened my eyes actually for a new word actually and worlds. I'll probably YouTube some of the field hockey actually because I saw that like Olympics and stuff like that. But like now like I want to know more and stuff like that. I didn't know about this stuff like eating the foot and stuff like that. That's pretty for me as a sport inventor. That's pretty interesting. Like I was like like never thought about those kind of rules and stuff like that. So I like to. I'm not gonna add some stuff for pure instinct, but I like to just know better stuff and stuff like that. So it was a pleasure having you on the podcast today. And I was confused. I was like, she's gonna swear all the time, and I'm gonna have to do like beep and stuff like that. It's all right. You're all good.
I'm surprised that I didn't, honestly.
Not like really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.